All right, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about a really powerful idea. It's actually over 100 years old, but it's got this super modern solution for anyone out there who's feeling, well, stuck in their career. It all comes down to a simple shift in how you think, one that can totally unlock your potential. We're going to break down how to become what the source material calls an advancing person.
But first, let's just address the elephant in the room, something I'm sure a lot of you have felt. You know the feeling, right? You work so hard, you're great at your job, you're ticking all the boxes. So why does it feel like you're just spinning your wheels, hitting this invisible wall? Well, this brings us to what we can call the hard work paradox. And the original text is pretty blunt about it. It basically says if you become so good at your job, a perfect good workman, you actually become too valuable to your employer right where you are. Think about that. It's just not in their best interest to move you. You've made yourself indispensable, and in the process, you've kind of trapped yourself. So, how do you break out of that trap? That's exactly what we're going to cover. We'll look at the hard work paradox, then dive into the solution, the advancing identity. We'll see what that looks like in action, go over a really simple practice, and then talk about your next step. All right, section 1, the advancing identity. This is all about shifting your core mindset. See, the solution here isn't about working even harder or just trying to make your boss happy. It's a much deeper shift in who you are. The truth is, hard work by itself, well, it doesn't guarantee you'll get ahead. The real key is who you are being while you're doing all that work. So what exactly is an advancing person? Well, think of it like this. It's someone who just embodies growth. It's part of their identity. They have a super clear vision of what they want to become, and because of that, they're already, mentally and emotionally kind of too big for the box they're in. The goal isn't just to act like this person, but to become this person who just radiates growth from the inside out. Okay, and this right here, this is the critical difference. On one side, you have seeking approval. This is where most people live, right? You do good work, hoping your boss notices, hoping for that pat on the back. But on the other side, you have driving self-advancement. The advancing person does good work for a totally different reason, for their own growth. It's about getting themselves ready for the next level. So the focus shifts from pleasing others to advancing yourself. It's a game changer. And when your purpose is internal like that, it creates this quiet, solid confidence. This isn't about bragging or telling everyone how ambitious you are. In fact, the source material points out that people who boast a lot are usually covering up some doubt and fear. Real faith in your vision it's a calm, internal knowing. It shows up in what you do, not what you say. Your confidence in your vision just doesn't require any boasting. Which brings us to this core idea. You need to become too big for your current place. Now, let's be clear, this does not mean you start slacking off or acting like you're above it all. It's the complete opposite. You master your current job. You do every single task perfectly. The difference is, you're doing it while holding this clear picture of what's next. Your current job isn't the end goal. It's the vehicle that's going to get you there. You're just outgrowing the container you're in. Okay, let's move on. Advancement in action. So we've talked about the mindset, which is great, but how does this actually work in the real world? Let's break down how this principle applies to you, depending on what you do. So if you're an employee, a wage earner, here's the game plan. You do all the work you can, and you do it perfectly. But while you're doing it, you're holding that vision of the job you really want. It's the difference between mindlessly filing a report and filing a perfect report while thinking, okay, how could this data be used in that big strategy meeting I want to be a part of one day? See the difference? You're not just waiting around for an opportunity, you're pulling it towards you, because opportunity always finds the person who's already moving. Now, what if you're a professional, a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher? For you, the focus is all about giving incredible value. It's about making every single person you interact with feel like they've gained something just by being around you. Think about a teacher who doesn't just teach the curriculum, but makes a student feel truly seen and capable. Or a doctor who doesn't just treat an illness, but leaves their patient feeling more hopeful. You're basically giving more in use value than you're getting in cash. People are just naturally drawn to that. And for the creators and business owners out there, you take this idea and you build it into the very DNA of your company. You organize your entire business around this principle of advancement. You create ladders for your employees to climb. You make sure every single transaction adds to the life of the world. You want everyone who deals with you, your team, your customers, to feel that sense of increase. Your business becomes this engine for growth for everybody it touches. All right, our next section, a simple practice. I know this can feel like a really big mental shift, so let's boil it all down to one simple, powerful exercise you can literally start doing the second this is over. Okay, here it is. 3 simple steps. Step 1, define your vision. Get a really clear mental picture of what you want to be. Step 2, infuse your actions. As you go about your day, in every little task, hold on to that firm belief that you are that advancing person. And step 3, convey increase. In every single interaction, I'm talking with your boss, your client, the person making your coffee, give them that thought of increase. It's all about filling every action you take with purpose and faith. And that brings us to our final section, your next step. So we've gone over the paradox, the identity, and practice to get you started. Let's just wrap this all up and make sure the key ideas really stick with you. So here are the big takeaways. Number 1, stop working for approval. Start working for your own advancement. 2, embody that feeling of growth until it just radiates from you. 3, your current job isn't your destination. It's the vehicle to get you to the next one. And finally, remember this. Opportunity is drawn to the person who is already in motion. Your growth literally adds to the life of the world. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What is one small, simple way you can convey that impression of increase tomorrow? It doesn't have to be huge. Maybe it's in a conversation, a task you do, or even just an email. Give that some thought. And hey, if you want to keep going with this, the next explainer in the series is already for you in the playlist. Thanks so much for your time today.